Hi, hello. Welcome to the second entry of my video diary, whatever the hell I want to call this. Anyway, I got to record this sooner than I expected, thankfully, because I had no school. I had no school today. I did have school, but it was online. I despise online classes with every fiber of my being, but that's not what I want to talk about today. All right. So I couldn't figure out what I wanted to be angry about because this weekend has been pretty. The past 2 days have been pretty eventful. So I'm just going to talk about the three main things that have pissed me off recently. So yeah, here goes nothing. So first, yesterday, Sunday, was a very was a pretty bad day for us Mexicans because the military they killed the most wanted cartel leader in the country right now, El Mencho. You might have heard of him. I'm eating also, so. But you'd think, oh, wait, this is good. Less crime. No, no, actually, it was pretty. Had disastrous side effects all over the country. 10 states are currently in the state of emergency. There's violence everywhere. It somehow reached here. Mind you, this happened all the way down there in Jalisco, way down south. But it somehow reached us up here in Baja. Now, nothing bad happened here, but the thing is, I did get to hang out with my friends, as I mentioned in the previous video. But that didn't even last an hour because there were threats coming in that the soldiers were going to come in here and terrorize us. I don't know, but my mom got scared and she got okay, and she had to drive them back to their house. They live pretty far too, so like on the other side of the city. So that sucked, but yeah, I was pretty mad about that for the rest of the day, and nothing happened. There were no attacks, no explosions, no shootings, nothing. Nothing happened. That was the worst part. Nothing happened. I just went to sleep. They canceled school. They canceled in person classes. I was forced to sit here all day. And yeah, obviously this was not a one time thing. This will probably continue over the next week or so until I don't know. It's pretty bad out here. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Now the next one. So the BAFTAs, or the British TV and Film Awards, which I'm pretty sure most people know, at least people that are in the film scene, they were held 2 days ago. I can't remember. I mean, normally I wouldn't care about the BAFTAs. The only other major thing that happened there was Paddington presented an award. But anyway, so there were two things involving the movie Sinners, one of the major contenders for the Oscars this year. Really good movie, by the way. Watch it. But first of all, the director Ryan Coogler becomes the first black man in the entire BAFTA's history to win Best Original Screenplay, which is it's cool, it's great, but 77 years. I mean, what won over Get Out back in 2017? I'm serious. What beat it? I don't even want to know. But okay, that's probably the good part. Now the bad part is, see, two of the actors, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, were up there presenting an award, I think. And there was this other movie that was nominated called I Swear. It's about I think it's a biopic, semi autobiographical movie based on some guy with Tourette syndrome who wrote a book and how it was to live with that back in the 80s, 90s, I don't know. So the guy was at the ceremony, and while Michael and Delroy were up there on stage presenting the award, he just shouts the N word at them. I haven't watched the actual clip, but what I've read on Twitter, he shouted it at them pretty loudly. You can hear it on the broadcast. And there was a whole discourse on Twitter over that. Rightfully so. I mean, that's just insane. People were actually defending this guy because, yeah, I know Tourette syndrome makes you say things you don't want to say, but that was apparently the only outburst we saw. And that wasn't the first one either. He did it again with the production designer of the movie, another black woman. It's like, I'm, and people were telling black people on Twitter to just chill and calling them ableist because they got mad that this guy called them a slur. And the BBC didn't even bother to edit that out. Mind you, the broadcast isn't even live. That's the worst part. The broadcast isn't live. They could have edited that out, and they didn't. They deliberately left that in. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And okay, it's been a day, and the guy John Davidson, he actually stupid name by the way. What a dumb name. John Davidson. One of the whitest names ever. Anyway, he issued a statement, an apology, if you will. Yeah, not one thing directed at Michael or Delroy. Just saying he was deeply hurt that people thought he meant that. Buddy. Buddy. I'm pretty sure Tourette syndrome doesn't teach you racial slurs. I'm not gonna say what I want to say because I'm pretty sure YouTube will take this video down. But anyway, yeah, that was something. No, not great, not great. But hopefully, Sinners wins a lot of awards at the Oscars. By the way, why are we still in award season? It's Feb. The Oscars should be in February, dude. Wrap it up. Seriously, wrap it up. I'm tired. Anyway, now, okay, now the final thing. I'm not really going to elaborate on this much, but the Winter Olympics. I don't watch sports, but that was a pretty big thing online recently. There was major notoriety over the women's figure skating team for Team USA. Alyssa Liu won. That was cool. That was really great. Awesome. Nice to see. Anyway, that's not the main point. The hockey segment. The women's team won gold. Awesome, cool. Against Canada, I don't know. And then so did the men's team. Now that would be normal. That would be just. I guess that would be a pretty cool accomplishment. But here's the thing. There's been they leaked a video from the men's locker room after the game where you can where they're all with Trump on a call, as if that wasn't bad enough. Mr. Jeffrey Epstein's best friend over here. Yeah, they're on a call. He's basically congratulating them on winning and stuff and whatever. And then he mentions that he invites them to the White House for something, probably to accept a award or photo op, whatever the hell. And he mentions he would have to invite the women's team, but but I would have to invite the women's team. So, and then they all just burst out laughing. Like, why? Grown ass men. Like, they apparently find the idea of sharing a room with with female athletes hilarious. I don't get it, man. It pisses me off, honestly. Mind you, two of the players on the team, Quinn and Okay, the Hughes brothers, whatever the hell. Their mom is a coach, is part of the coaching team on the women's team. Yeah, just throw your own mother under the bus like that. Yeah, you're so cool. Hypocrite. Ay. My hatred for sports is never wrong. I hate sports so much. God. It's like, how do you even deal with this, man? Also, the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, he can be seen on video just chugging beer bottles and acting all crazy. What are you doing? You gotta be looking over the Epstein files. What the hell are you doing over there? Genuinely the worst FBI director in history. It's insane. Ugh. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. That's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Gringos de mierda, básicamente. Yeah. All right. I'm wrapping up. Goodbye.